Don Mathewson. I am married with 2 children and 2 grandchildren. My main hobby is running, and I run internationally in the World Masters Athletics and have won several gold medals, and I cycle, and a real interest to me is being involved with other people.
Hey everyone, my name's Alex. Nice to meet you, I suppose. I have just finished a psychology degree. I'm interested in studying animals further in postgraduate. But right now I'm just working at a documentary screening company and sitting here today to talk to Don, which I'm looking forward to.
Alex, what is your hometown?
My hometown is Sydney, Australia, and I continue to live here. What about yourself?
Well, look, I come from Brisbane in Queensland, but have been living in Sydney for many years, and I was in the Navy for 21 years, so it was a bit hard to say where my home was. A lot of it was out at sea.
Yeah. I'm glad you're on land now.
What has been your main type of work? Well, I've had a varied career over many years, and I was in the Navy for 21 years. Following that, I worked in industry for a short time. Then I worked for World Vision International, and in that period I was the director of the South Pacific region. And then I left that and went into talent management, where I was coaching senior executives, and finished that career in May last year.
Gosh, my answer is certainly not as extensive as Don's. I suppose I'm quite a bit younger, so hopefully one day, Don. I've also had a varied career so far. I've also worked with kids. At the moment, as I mentioned, I'm in a documentary screening company, and I've also been a behavioural therapist for a number of years now.
Why did you decide to get involved in the Mentoring Men program? Well, when I finished work in May last year, at an age that some people would think was beyond what you would normally work to, I needed something else to do. And I had already heard of Mentoring Men, and I felt, look, some of my skills and gifts are around working with people, coaching people over many years. So I felt that Mentoring Men gave me that opportunity to use those skills and experiences with walking alongside other men in particular through their life journey.
And I'm very thankful you did, Don. I got involved because I knew Ian initially. I did a sort of a mentoring program in the school with Ian. Very glad to have met him, a lovely person. For myself at the time, I was going through a sort of a rough period in my own life, and having that constant mentor in your life was just so useful for scaffolding future development and the goals that I had tried to set and try to achieve. It was honestly fantastic. So I'm really appreciative of Don and the broader program as well.
That's nice to hear, Alex. Thank you.
No worries.
Maybe you've answered the next question. What has been the best part of the program for you? Well, that's a difficult question, because I think there are 3 parts to me that I've found very enjoyable. The training initially, the 2 days, and meeting other mentors. The ongoing professional development that we do monthly, or more recently every fortnight. But most of all, and most important, has been the relationship that I've been able to build with Alex, now probably more than 9 months, where we've been meeting weekly for around an hour and a half each week. And I think that's been very special and very satisfying for me.
I think that's my answer as well, Don. The best part of the program for me is that just weekly connection, and regardless of what else is going on in your life, you might have a really tricky week. Certainly at the moment it's a tricky circumstance to keep living in, but with that constant repetition of an anchor of a relationship like a mentor-mentee relationship, it is just so useful for your growth and your development. So I think that's been the best part of myself.
Really good answer. The next question is, how did you hear about the Mentoring Men program? Well, when I left work in May last year, I'd already cut out an article in the local paper, and I had it on my desk for several months. And when I decided I would leave my organisation, I saw the piece of paper there from my local newspaper and decided to apply right there. And then I put in the application to Ian, and the rest is history, and here I am.
I heard about the program again through Ian. I met Ian through a mentoring sort of relationship that we had. We were working in a primary school, mentoring kids that were in need of a bit of help. And so when we went on to start Mentoring Men, I was very grateful to get involved, and here I am.
Do you feel that being a mentor in this program will change the mentee's life for the better? My sense there is that you can always hope that that will be the case. But really what I think is critical and central to this whole experience is the ongoing journey, week by week, where the mentor can provide encouragement, motivation, feedback, and then the sense that I have from that is very important on a weekly basis. Whether it changes the person in 10 years' time, I really don't know. But what I'm convinced about is that it's a very meaningful activity, being a mentor for the mentee, that there will be growth, change, different perceptions. And to me, I'm learning a lot from Alex as well. It's 360 degree mentor.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it doesn't take 10 years, Dom. We'll see. But I certainly have noticed changes in my own life. We've been going 9 months almost now, but in the span of just a few weeks or even a few months, it's just fantastic to have that ongoing relationship that is so useful without the judgment of other relationships in your life, without the friend who wants this thing from you or the family member who wants something else. It's very useful to have that person that's completely removed from any sort of context in your life. And so, thank you, Don.
Good. How would you rate your mentoring relationship?
Yeah.
Well, this is a very personal question because Alex, my mentee, is sitting there. So I do rate it very highly. I would say that we get on well and did so really from the first meeting. We have a lot of things in common, values and interests around the world, the climate, a whole range of things. So I would say, from my perspective at any rate, we have a very strong and enduring relationship.
Yeah. I could take the chance now to tease Don. I'm not going to though. It's a fantastic relationship. As you mentioned, we have so many things in common, and I think I'm especially grateful for the matching process. Ian has done such a fantastic job with organising for me to match with Don, and I'm very grateful for that process and as well this relationship as well. We have so much in common, and it's just so fantastic. So, very highly myself.
You never said that before.
No, I haven't had any incentive to, but now of course it's being used for marketing. So.
It's nice to hear it. Really good. Do you plan to remain in contact with your mentor after mentoring has completed? Over to you, Alex.
I would very much hope so. You've been a lovely person in my life just to know beyond a mentoring relationship, just as a friend, I would say. So I hope to have Don in my life for a while. Hope if I'm around in 5 years' time, hopefully we'll still be hanging out. I definitely hope so.
Well, when I answered this question as a mentor, my sense was very much the same. I think we've gone beyond the mentor-mentee relationship. I don't see it quite like that now. I think it's more of a very friendly relationship where we do share very deeply around many issues of common interest. So I would think that would be the case. The next question, how likely are you to recommend the Mentoring Men program to a friend or colleague? Well, already I have recommended 3 other people to be mentors, and that has happened. There are 3 others. One has since became a mentee. So I'm very keen on the program, but very aware that the mentor needs to be a specific type of person. So I would not recommend this to everybody to be a mentor, but I think if a man is struggling, and I met one just the other day after cycling, I felt this program would be so ideal for you because you need desperately to talk to somebody who will listen and care.
That's an interesting question. I've also recommended this program to several of my friends. So how likely would I be? I've done it. People need to get involved in something like this, whether it's this mentoring program or another, especially as guys who have less social connections in our lives perhaps. Gosh, just like having that one extra, in some ways it can be, it's hard to find the words, even more useful than having a broader friendship group, just having that one extra connection in your life that you can talk to every single week. It's incredible. So I would certainly recommend it to anyone, but not only people that are struggling, but people that are just living their lives as well. I think people don't, and I myself haven't realised how much I've been struggling at certain points, and it's only in hindsight that I've thought, I could have used an extra friend at that point in my life. So I'd recommend this to anyone. Very, very likely to recommend this.
Well done, Alex, that's great. Would you recommend other people to have a mentor in their life? Well, look, my career over the last 23 years has really been very much based on this, and I have known that people with mentors and coaches, it is a very important part of their life and can help them grow and learn, but more importantly to feel better about themselves, more motivated and more confident. So I would have no hesitation to recommend other people to have a mentor.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone should have a mentor. It just goes without saying. It's so useful. It's a very simple answer, but I think it's a very simple question to answer, for me at least.